Hello all, Alison here. Welcome back to Words and Pictures for another episode of Books, Books, Books. This humble little album that's on the table today, mini album, is made of an even humbler ingredient, not just the upcycled corrugated cardboard packaging that I've made the cover with, but the inside pages are made with toilet roll holders, little cardboard toilet roll holders. So I will put in the description the link to the blog post where you can see exactly how I made all of this, process photos, product details, and all of that kind of business. So for this video, we're just going to take a little flip through. I've bound it with twine, which I can either try and unknot, or if I'm too impatient, I'll just slide it off. And I called this little journal Men at Work. These are some Tim Holtz Ideology letters, little plastic letter grids you used to get, afraid no longer available, but I just gave them a little coating of paint to make them show up. They are actually black plastic. And most of the papers inside are from, I think they're mostly from the French industrial paper stash. There might be a couple from Dapper, I'm not sure, but as you can see, it's all in vintage neutrals, which at the time was very much an obsession of mine. I do love working in neutrals. And it's quite pleasurably heavy because it's got quite a lot of metalwork going on, both on the cover, but then also on all these little tabs and tags on the interior pages. And yeah, these are the toilet roll holders. Squashed flat, obviously, no longer cylindrical. And squashing them flat means that for each one you get a little pocket page that you can create a tab that will go in and out. Actually, I quite like that coming over the top. That's also quite nice, isn't it? So yeah, lots of Ideology metal bits, file tabs, number tabs, all of that kind of business. And yeah, I glued some papers on the interior pages of all these serious looking men busily working, and then there's a bunch of wonderful vintage advertisements which do also exist as a stamp set that Tim has created, but they were based on these ones that appeared first of all, I think, in the French industrial paper stash. I'm talking about the big 12 by 12 paper stash pads that Tim used to produce, not the newer backdrops that come in those nice convenient sizes. So these were all cut from very large paper pieces, some simple little collaging on each page, and I've done some stamping, additional stamping with tiny little extra stamps. There's some Tim Holtz tissue tape in there, the old style tissue tape rather than design tape. This is how long ago I made this. It's easily a decade. I made it when I was on the design team for Country View Crafts, which is an independent UK craft stockist online. And yeah, so lots of these products, I'm afraid, may no longer be available. I've created a very simple hinging for these. As I say, check the blog post. That little top hat is a stamp. The Tiny Things stamps, Tim Holtz Tiny Things, which have these little tiny images which are great for just adding extra little bits of detail. So let me just pull out the tab, or the little tag from each of these. Love this chap in his top hat. How good is he? And on the back again, just some business advertising paraphernalia, this little car from the Tiny Things stamps. And I quite like that it's all quite subtle, quite neutral, a little bit faded. Actually, let's leave those out so we can see them all laid out at the end. Next page, braces. Anybody? Braces and shoelaces. These are actually made for women because they're for lacing your corsets, these ones, but that's definitely gentlemen's braces. Suspenders, I think you call them in the US. Suspenders, not braces. In the UK, those would be braces to hold up your trousers. In the US, they're suspenders to hold up your pants. There's another bunch of serious looking gentlemen taking themselves very seriously. And another tab in that pocket. Oh, he's a favourite. He turns up now in the Paper Dolls sets, but this was where he put in his first appearance, was in the French industrial papers as part of a collage paper. Beautiful little old-fashioned letter, gorgeous script. Imagine when we all wrote in such beautiful handwriting. Let's pop him down there. And the next page, this chap is clearly either writing a letter of resignation or furiously writing to the board about them wasting time and money on unnecessary things, and we need to make more profit. Here are the people who do the actual work as opposed to sit around in committee rooms and make decisions. Actual labourers, men at work there. What's on this little tab inside? Oh, how good is that vintage cyclist? Just love him. Yeah, so the engineers here are clearly designing the bicycles, but also quite nice to get out into the countryside. Best idea for a cyclist, though, is to wear some goggles so you don't get mud splashed in your eyes or dust as you're cycling. So that does that little tab. Another toilet roll holder. Some more gentlemen sitting around. And we're getting tinier and tinier. This is now, that's about an inch high, I guess, this photo here. An inch by about an inch and a half. So the whole album is, in fact, I can tell you exactly how tall. It's 8 centimeters, which is 3 1/8 or 3 2/8 of an inch tall by 5 inches, translated as about 11.5, 12 centimeters. So it's a dinky little thing. And what's in our final one? Every day is the file tab holding it in. Oh, very, very dapper. So yeah, you may recognise him from Paper Doll sets as well. But here he is on his own. Another little motorbike. That's a Tiny Things stamp down there. Take a look at the Tiny Things. It's a spectacular stamp set. Just got so much to play with on it. Perfect for ATC sized makes, of course. L'Industriel, against accidents. So insurance, that's industrial insurance, to make sure you don't go get in lots of trouble. And yeah, one final line up there. Grungy back cover with lots of crackle. And that's the Men at Work album. I hope you've enjoyed taking a little peek inside that, and I hope it makes you want to save all of your toilet roll holders so that you can create some nice flattened pocket pages for your next journal. Recycle, upcycle, make the most of it. And if you've enjoyed seeing inside that album, do give me a little thumbs up. Questions, if you've got them, you can pop in the comments down below. As I say, I'll put the link to the blog post in the description below the video so that you can see the proper details of how all this came together. But for now, I hope you'll have a lovely rest of the week and happy crafting all.